Good day. Today we shall look at what is precaution and radiant health. How can precaution help every human being in achieving radiant health? When we say precaution means be careful, carefulness. Precaution is ability to observe danger and quickly take action to prevent such danger. Precaution, when you perceive a danger in your presence or in your future ahead of time, and you quickly take action to prevent such danger, is always referred to precaution. We can see precaution in everything, in every facet of life. For example, you are traveling, you are driving your car. Suddenly, there was rain. It was heavy rain that carries very heavy breeze. You can see ahead some trees that are moving. They are very strong. Some of them in front of you looks as if those trees are ready to fall. Do you just enter and start moving, or you quickly calculate the distance? This time around, your mathematics counts. If I quickly run across where these trees are making moves, will I be safe? Will I be in front of that tree before it falls? Or is it better I stay a bit to watch what is happening with the tree, rain, and the heavy, powerful breeze that is blowing on this tree? That's precaution. If you take any of this and it works immediately, either you wait a bit and the tree falls, you now go back to your destination where you are coming from safely, or maybe you calculate that surely I believe in God, and with my calculation I will cross over before this tree fall. This is what we refer to as precaution. So that danger will not come on you. That tree will not fall on your car and you and people that are inside that car. So there will be no need for hospital. You will be not rushed to hospital for any health issue. You still keep your radiant health. It's one way precaution can help you in this issue I just narrated. That tiles in your house, do you normally put water on the floor? either by mistake, or maybe the little ones in your house has done that. When the floor is wet, when the tiles in your house that you made for fashion is wet, do you take that precaution and quickly dry that water so that you cannot slip or fall? Many people had fall on tiles, and before they were rushed to the hospital, they lost their lives. Ours will not be like this in Jesus' name. It's one thing to pray. It's another thing to take precaution. There are so many things that we should notice and take early precaution before evil comes from such matter. That girl that is your friend, do you take precaution? Did you study her? As you started your friendship, do you notice some behavior in her as your girlfriend? Can she lend you money when you are in trouble? Can she give out her money when you are in need? Can she keep your secret? These are the precautions one should take before you have a friend. Either you are a boy or you are a girl. Either you are a woman or man. Either you are a father or mother. That's your spouse. Before he or she was chosen, did you take precaution? Did you go to his or her family's house? Did you ask about their family history? Do they have mad people as their son or cousin in that house? You must have heard about blood. Do you know that's what we call genetical blood? Do you know that you can have a child and look exactly like the father of your husband, both physically and in behavior? So it is very necessary you take precaution before you go into marriage, before you marry that man you really love, before that girl you paid her dowry came to your house to live with you. Precaution. Whom do you move with at work? This your friend at work. When you are not there, can she fight for you when goodies are being distributed at work and you were absent? What did she do? Did she fight for you? Did she remember to stand for you? This is a type of precaution you should take at work before you have a friend. That's your boss you are working with as a civil servant. Do you study his behavior or her behavior? Do you really know what he or she likes? Do you study his dressing? Do you now realize that the man likes you to dress smartly? All this should be taken to consideration when you are posted there as a civil servant. You may not reject your post. Do you know that if you do that as a civil servant, it will be noted? And when you reject posts about 2 or 3 times, you may be queried, and people may say maybe you are not interested in the job any longer. Do you know all this? And take precaution so that that job, that's your work, that earns you money for daily living, will not be taken away from you. Precaution is when you have precaution that you can be happy, that you can be alive, that you can enjoy your life better with your children and with your siblings. Our continent in Africa. Do you study Africa from far? From when you were in school, in your secondary school days? Did you study how things goes in Africa? Do you realize that we have both bad and good leaders? Have you prepared for this? Did you prepare for rainy day? Or you always shop all your money? Do you do cooperative? You have 3, 4, 5 children. They are now in secondary school. Have you sat down and think about it, that this job I'm doing with that one of my husband or with that one of my wife, can we successfully send 2 or 3 of these children to higher institution at a time? Where will we get money? Then when do you do? What do you do to check on palatable history when the time comes? Do you plan for 2 children to sit at home so that one will go to the higher institution? Can the children wait? Do you really study the type of children you have? Are they tolerant? Can they reason with you as parents? Do they even love you? The fact that you are their parents does not mean that every child in that matrimonial should love you. As our faces as human beings are different, so also are characters. Do you really study your children? Do you know their mood? Do you know when to play with them or when to check them when they do wrong? Do you always fight them? All these are precautions for a good life. Mind you, when you have good life, you have sound, radiant health. No problem. You have joy. You just serve your God, your Creator, and always rejoice in Him till eternity. We can start to take examples of where we should use this word precaution. As you are driving along roads in your continent, in your country, do you know road signs? Where there is school and they put S or cross, do you know the meaning? When you are to stop as you are driving, do you just drive away like a mad person? Because you have no time to read the signboards. when accident happens. Now you will now be blaming your enemies, people that do not even know whether you have a car where you live. Precaution. We should take precaution in every aspect of our life. Before you sleep, look at that your bed you left since morning. God forbid, don't just sleep like that. Look at it. If there is need to take out those dirty bed sheets, do so for radiant health. I said for radiant health. If there is one insect, maybe cockroach, mosquito, or some other insects that are harmful, send them out of your room before you lie down. You have babies, maybe you are a mother of twins, your children urinated a day or that morning before you went to work. When you come back, you did not bother to check where they would sleep at night. The children now sleep on wet bed, wet mat. You know, this can cause a lot of illness to both children and adults alike if you don't take precaution and be smart and put out those mattresses, wash them and put them in the sun, or you have extra ones. As you put one out today, then the second one you put down for your children to sleep. All these are precautions. As a farmer, when you go to your farm, what type of shoe do you normally wear? Slippers to the farm, to the bush, to the forest? Is very wrong. What about snake? What about other dangers that lives inside the soil? What about scorpion and some other related small animals that can harm you? What about those your toes? Do you leave them for various germs to enter? And when it is now itching you, do you call it work of devil? Do you now run to mountains to pray? Do you now go to your pastors to disturb their peace? Take precaution. Not everything that happens to human being is of devil. The ones most people cause on themselves are numerous, most especially in our continent, Africa, where we associate every bad things to devil, to witches, to wizards that are not at times in existence. Good morning. Have a nice day. Always share all what we had discussed this morning. We should always take precaution so that we will always enjoy our radiant health. Share to friends.